You People is definitely hilarious, and often super cringe in like the best way, but it's even more funny behind the scenes. For real, these comedy legends cannot stay in character and end up saying some of the most ridiculous lines that honestly should have absolutely been left in the film. Looking at you, Jonah. See, you can't really make this up.
Jonah is really my homeboy in real life. Like, I love me some Jonah Hill.
It's hilarious how well it ended up working out because their first meeting was not so great.
Get out!
When Lauren London was on her way to a meeting with Jonah, she's blocked by this massive van in the valet and she can't move past it.
I'm honking like, who is blocking the...
Well, guess who steps out of the van? And if you guessed Jonah, you'd be correct.
And he comes out and he's like, I think I'm supposed to meet you today. I'm like, oh, you are?
Kinda similar to the way their characters met.
Turn, then.
I'm so sorry.
Now, luckily, Julia Louis-Dreyfus is nothing like Shelley, but she is given some top-tier marriage advice right here.
My husband spoke out of turn. He does that on occasion. I love him with all my heart, but he should really open his mouth.
Eddie Murphy definitely struggled with his character at times, and honestly, how could he not?
So you drive a lot?
Yeah, when I want to get somewhere.
The fact that everyone else laughed before Julia on this line about her dear friend Becca.
Becca.
The racist.
She isn't racist.
The improv is kinda everything. And there's a ton of it. Look, I know there's so much more that hasn't been released. Again, looking at you, Jonah.
I'm never gonna meet a woman who understands me.
Anyway, yeah, who else's favorite character is Mo?
What's your name?
Mo, and I have titties.
Oh, sorry.
Not gonna lie though, Shelley, as problematic as she is definitely a close second.
What did I say? Shoosh my ass. Shoosh my ass. No, thank you.
Can somebody answer me? How did they get anything done on this set?
I always wanted to get married on Juneteenth.
Me too.
When I was a little girl, I was always...
Two things I want. Number one, to know exactly what Jonah Hill wanted when he was a little girl. And two, all of the deleted scenes in this movie.
All those bones, remember? If this shit don't work out, call it Auntie.
I really want to see the entirety of this dinner scene.
Mouth Band-Aid.
Really? The lettuce is cutting your gums?
I need a mouth Band-Aid.
But there was also a ton of stuff that was cut because of reasons you wouldn't even think to be a factor, which I'm gonna go into more detail on that later, but for now, we've uncovered the secret tactic to pinning down this stellar comedy style. When Eddie Murphy is talking, just listen.
As you're doing the scenes, the lines are there, but you can play. Eddie would just say whatever.
Eddie's a professional who's been doing this for decades. Everything that comes out of his mouth is probably gold. Nia Long says she couldn't keep a straight face through most of their scenes, and her tactic was to listen to whatever he said and just respond appropriately. And of course, do her absolute best to stay in character.
I don't think...
I like that.
I don't.
One of the most difficult scenes for everyone, including the director, Kenya Barris, was the first dinner scene. You would think it'd be one of the easier sequences to get because everyone is sitting in one place, but yeah, not so much.
Dinner scenes are impossible.
Just that one scene alone took an entire day. It was tough. Apparently though, the best parts of it were the moments in between takes, where everyone was laughing and joking around. That dinner though, was small potatoes compared to the scene at the wedding table. You know the scene.
Girl, we just want to say congrats. You marrying this white man.
Girl, all these white people in here.
Every single speech was fully improvised.
I stormed the Capitol. I did. I was there.
It was a full day of work, but because of all the improv, it was super light and comedic, making it a major favorite for everyone on set. Another favorite for the cast was Ezra meeting Amira's parents. But like, how awkward was this scene to watch though?
So do you hang out in the hood all the time, or do you just come up here for our food and women?
For those of you who haven't been to LA, Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles is a real place. Maybe don't ask for anyone's hand in marriage there, but definitely order some chicken. Anyway, Nia Long loved this scene and definitely utilized her just listen to Eddie Murphy technique here.
I was like, oh my God, I think I'm gonna pee on myself. It was very funny.
And speaking of Eddie, let's get into one of those major scenes that ended up being cut because of him. So Eddie Murphy's been in so many movies over the years, the writers and producers of You People had to adjust a few scenes to make sure it wasn't too similar to other movies he's been in. One of the most obvious ones is gonna be in the barbershop scene. How many of you have seen Coming to America? They ended up cutting out a lot of comedy in the beginning of his barbershop scene because it was way too similar to his Coming to America vibes.
Am I white, cuz?
Well, I'm not.
I'm white, cuz, for sure.
When these legendary actors get on set together, magic happens. And by magic, it's giving incredible improv, bloopers that would make hilarious scenes, and deleted moments that actually make you love the movie even more. But what's your favorite moment behind the scenes?